You know you made me cry. I see no use in wondering why I cry for you.
Howdy there, it is producer Casey. The guys and I are tied up with work this week, and so we've decided to go back into the stacks for a classic episode. This one was originally a two-parter, which we have smushed together into a single, longer episode for rerun purposes. And it's one of our favorites, and we hope you dig it too. A quick note, the episode was recorded while Tony had a plumber working in his home, so when you hear a weird interruption in the second half of the show, that's what's going on. Tony originally explained that in his intro to part 2, but then I had to remove that intro to make one big episode, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so let's get to the good stuff. Without further ado, please enjoy this trip back in time to 2021 and the songs the Beatles gave away.
You know you made me cry.
Untitled Beatles Podcast.
Oh, boy. Hey, TJ.
Hi, Tony. How are you? I know your name. Look up your number.
What do you think? Are you listed in a phone book somewhere?
Yeah, I've got a garage full of phone books. I do this weird thing that I can't tell my wife about where I collect old things, think about burning them. I never liked phone books. I always used to get phone book finger.
Whoa. Is that like tennis elbow? What is phone book finger, man?
It's a little like...
Is that like cheese washer's lung?
It's like when you... It's not just phone book finger. It's like newspaper finger. Newspaper fingers. You know, like when you touch something that's like an old piece of paper and get ink on it, and then you get your oil on the page.
Oh, boy. Yeah, these are like collector issues, like collector ailments.
Yeah, this is what happens. Do you think people are buying old phone books on eBay? Like, because that's like, the phone book's $1, but it's $14.99 to ship it.
Yeah, those things are crazy and clearly outdated. You know, when I was a kid, I used to collect TV guides.
Me too, buddy. Of course we did. Tony and I every single week. We just keep kind of falling in love over and over again. I totally did. I had years worth.
I did too. Yeah. The first one I had Burt Lancaster on the cover. Yeah.
This is a longer conversation and another episode. I sold mine on eBay in early eBay, like 99, 2000. And I kept the important ones. I have a lot of the Beatles issues.
Oh, nice.
Like around anthology. No, not anthology. Around Beatles 1. They had like 4 separate TV guide covers with each of the Beatles.
That's funny, man.
But yeah, okay. This is another episode. We'll do the Beatles and TV, and we'll just talk TV guides.
That's good.
Because it was so fun going to a different city and seeing the different channels. Because in Chicago, it was 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, 32, 60, 66. But then you get to when I'd go to camp and parents' weekend, we get the Milwaukee edition. And
right, and you're like Channel 4 or whatever it was up there.
They're ABC's Channel 12. What kind of fucking utopia is this?
Yeah, traveling, you'd always be like, where's Channel 5? Why is Channel 5 Channel 6? Right. And you're like, whatever, you know. L.A.
and New York, NBC was 4, and in Chicago it was 5. And I'm like, are we not important? How come we can't be Channel 4 in Chicago?
You know, Chicago, we always have our chip on our shoulder a little bit. Why not us? We've got the tallest building.
In Chicago, you don't put fucking ketchup on pizza.
My pizza, my choice.
I like your button. And also your Bernie Epton button.
The fun, all the shows A to Z and the facts. What's behind what you see? TV Guide, the whole world of TV. That's entertainment.
Well, I gave all my TV guides away, TJ, to like Goodwill or something like that. And that brings us to today's topic, the songs that the Beatles gave away.
Oh, because much like Lennon and McCartney songs, there's one thing the underserved need in our community. It's TV guides.
Yeah, old ones that don't mean anything.
I'm so sorry you're struggling. How about a 1991 Philadelphia edition? Can you believe the Eagles game got blacked out that week? So you've been talking about this one a while, and I'm so excited to do this one too. It's from an album called The Songs Lennon and McCartney Gave Away. That's my source for this. And this is one I hadn't listened to in, if not a decade longer. Like I'd heard some of these songs sporadically, but listening straight through. And this is the album we're basing it on. It's not complete, but the album I'm basing it on is The Songs Lennon and McCartney Gave Away, which came out in, I believe, 1979.
Yeah, and they use a drawing of Paul from Revolver. I forget what they did with the John drawing. They sourced that one out from somewhere else.
And they're looking angry at each other, and there's no George Harrison songs on here. It's just the songs Lennon and McCartney gave away. So, sorry, Sour Milk Sea.
Yeah, Jackie Lomax, yeah. Yeah, in total, there's probably some I don't know about, but I have about 25 songs that they gave away. That would be 24 Lennon McCartneys and 1 George, the Sour Milk Sea that was mentioned. And it's about 15 artists were involved with all the songs that they gave away during their time as Beatles. So we're not counting songs that Paul gave away to later in his solo career or anything like that. This is just the Beatles, Lennon, McCartney, Harrison.
And there was a kind of a weird, criminal aspect where Billy J. Kramer's work release, when he was released from prison for killing those children, he had to cover 7 songs Paul and John gave away. Like every other song, oh, good, more Billy J. fucking Kramer.
Yeah, a lot of them went to Peter and Gordon, who that was Jane Asher's brother. Peter Asher.
I learned something I'd forgotten about. Peter and Gordon, not Chad and Jeremy.
No, they were not the same people, turns out. Yeah, they weren't like the wrecking crew of male vocal duos. It's like the same 2 guys, and we're Chad and Jeremy.
Trees swaying in the summer breeze.
We're Peter and Gordon.
I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love.
We're Jan and Dean, right? Yeah.
There's a crime wave going on, but not for very long, 'cause the Batman's gonna teach him right from wrong. They call him Batman.
So we thought we would share with you some of our favorite Lennon McCartney songs they gave away, and Harrison. And maybe touch on all of them, but highlight our favorites.
Yes, Tony, we'll go over all these songs and highlight our favorite 5. And I just want to make a pledge right now to all of our listeners. Sometimes I'm guilty of repeating material, and sometimes I'm guilty of repeating myself. But I want to let you know today that changes. No more stuff I've done before. Because, Tony, I want to tell you, there ain't no good guy. There's only... every 2 weeks. The fucking Dave Mason tune.
Dave Mason.
Which is a great one. Ooh, oh, oh. It ends with this, which I love. As you would think. Yeah, I spotlighted some 5s, some honorable mentions. There are a few. I mocked Billy J. Kramer a little bit here. When we get to the Billy J. Kramer songs, I'll say some of my vitriol for his performance. But I think and I mean in bed.
Yeah, he's no Sting, man.
No, he does. He's not.
This technique is very well documented. And it's really not, and you'll just have to ask my wife.
All told, nobody sings these Beatles songs they quote unquote gave away like the Beatles. There's demo versions of some of these tunes. There's Decca versions of some of these tunes.
Yeah.
And I think 10 out of 10 times there's never been a case where I go, I really like the Billy J. Kramer Bad to Me over the John demo.
Yeah.
No, I think I will take the Beatles version every single time. And there's some standouts here. It doesn't diminish this record and this collection of songs they wrote and didn't officially release. What about you? I feel like for me, the Beatles' voices, the Beatles' energy is better than anything that they gave away and was covered.
Yeah, I think you're right. The exception would be I like hearing full band versions of certain songs with the drums and the bass in there versus just like a piano demo, which is its own beautiful thing on its own. But I love hearing like a full band version of certain songs.
That's the reason you've been anti-Esher forever. And I mean, we as of this recording, the All Things Must Pass box haven't come out. But I remember you saying, God, I hate those Harrison demos. I hate when it's just him doing Cosmic Empire and Mother Divine. You know, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to do it.
I don't want to say goodbye.
Yeah, whatever Rick Rubin's doing with like Johnny Cash and Neil Diamond and stuff, hate it. Glenn Campbell, you'll notice like most of these people are dead that he works with, you know, so.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The Rick Rubin curse.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, Diamond's still kicking, so we should be okay.
I'll go up to heaven when I reach the end. But up until then, gonna do what I can.
Well, let's start off with one of my favorites, which we erroneously included in our Covers Clambake episode last summer. This would be the Rolling Stones version of I Want to Be Your Man.
I wanna be your man. Wanna be your man. Wanna be your man. Wanna be your man. Tell me that you love me, baby. Tell me you understand. Tell me that you love me, baby. Tell me you understand. Yes, I wanna be your lover, baby. I wanna be your man. Yes, I wanna be your love, baby. I wanna be your man.
Did we erroneously cover it because the Stones single came out before the Beatles version? Is that why it's erroneous?
I'm calling it erroneous now because the Stones version wasn't based on the Beatles version. This is an actual song that Lennon and McCartney gave to the Stones. They're not covering a song they've heard. They're interpreting a song that was demonstrated to them. Does that make sense?
Let me just grab one more bong hit and explain it to me again. The difference is, man, it wasn't
Well, here's the story. On September 10th, 1963, John and Paul ended up at this Stones session. I believe like they were discovered on the street and they hopped in a cab with the Stones and they're like, hey, you got any songs? And so John and Paul go off in the corner and kind of knock out this song that was intended for Ringo and give it to the Stones, who then record it October 7th of 1963. So they had about a little less than a month to kind of do their version of it. Meanwhile, the next day, September 11th of 63, the Beatles record take one of I Want to Be Your Man. And then eventually it's finished on October 23rd. The Stones released their version November 1st, and the Beatles version comes out November 22nd.
This is why I refuse to read the Mark Lewisohn book. Enough with the dates. Give me the tunes.
Yeah.
Give me Songs by George, that $500 book that came out in the 80s with a bonus CD of like random songs cut from somewhere in England. No, the chronology helps because, as our listeners know, I'm easily confused and irascible.
Is that the word of the day? Are you using your word of the day today?
Good screaming, everybody.
Trivia, not entirely sure what it means. I think it is something to do with the movie Eraserhead.
I thought it had to do with that band, the Irascals.
I'm going to get to the young Irascals in a few minutes when we go over one of my favorite songs that the Beatles gave away. The songs the Rascals gave away is also a good episode.
And you know how to part your lips to tantalize.
What can I say? I love this version that the Stones do. It's dirtier. It's kookier. It's, whatever. Dare I say it's sexier, right? I wouldn't say I prefer it. I guess it depends on the day, huh? But it has certain characteristics that I enjoy that are missing from the Beatles' more four on the floor rock version.
Why doesn't Charlie Watts sing it then, bitch? Not you, Charlie.
That's fine. I mean, I felt that was geared towards me, but it's okay.
No, it's good to Charlie. Although Charlie says, "Love my good and plenty." Charlie Watts, it really rings a bell. Ding, ding.
Charlie says, love my good and plenty, don't know any other penny that I love so well.
You know, man, I used to buy, this is where I got that Banana Splits record. Do you remember that store Flashback on Clark Street? It would have been.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I used to buy cassettes, and that's where I got the Banana Splits LP. And Goofy Grape was a cassette I bought, and it had that Good and Plenty jingle on there. I love it.
Goofy Grape is also, Smuckers sells that, and they mix the peanut butter and the jelly in it.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite Mr. Show sketches is the mustard A&A's, where they do that with mustard.
Seems I'm always spreading mayo stirred mustard mayonnaise and thyme.
Mundy's Must Mayo Stirred A&A's combines mayo stirred and mustard A&A's in one easy-to-use, time-saving spread.
So is I Want to Be Your Man your number 5? Are we doing our countdown?
Oh, I don't have them ranked. I'm going kind of chronological here. I would rank this towards the top of my favorites. Yeah, if not the favorite.
Well, then I'm going to give you my fucking favorite. How about that? If we're going to go this way, I'll give you my number 1.
Please do.
Can you handle this? My number 1 is one that I was not on my top 5, certainly when I first heard these songs, and it's not one that gets a lot of play, and it's arguably not the most famous song by this artist, but my number 1 is It's For You, the Paul McCartney tune he wrote for Cilla Black.
Interesting.
Which has some of my favorite changes. And this number, it's a waltz. We mentioned the Young Rascals. It reminds me a little of How Can I Be Sure? Remember that one?
Yeah.
How can I be sure in a world that's constantly changing? How can I be sure where I stand with you?
A little over dramatic, kind of in a major minor key, a little push and pull. The chords and melodic lines, the tune drives. It sounds a bit like a 60s British show tune, like it was cut from Oliver. I love that there's a jazzy piano solo in the middle. Mm-hmm. Great drumming. It's obviously in 3/4, not 5/4, but it's got kind of a Brubeck-y feel to it. And it's produced by George Martin. It's not as famous as Love of the Loved. It was not as big of a hit. It was a follow-up. But there's something about this tune's darkness and its lightness that I just absolutely love. It's almost like a step above Babies in Black. Yeah, I said it.
Whoa. A step above. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's more interesting. And I love Babies in Black.
Hello, this is John Lennon of the Beatles. We'd like to play you a song now that Paul and I have just written specially for Cilla Black. A beautiful girl, a beautiful singer. Hope you like it. Here it is. It's called It's For You.
I'd say someday I'm bound to give my heart away when I do. It's for you, love, true love seems to be all I'm thinking of if it's true. It's for you. I look at you and love comes, love shows. I give my heart and no one knows that I do. It's for you.
Yeah, it was mostly written by Paul. This came out in 1964. Yeah, I got a real traditional pop vibe off of it, but I really like that jazzy the jazzy breaks. And I have, you said Oliver, I have Goldfinger written down.
Yeah.
It had that quality to me.
I would get that when I flipped through the yellow pages. I'd get a case of Goldfinger.
TJ, are you someone who licks your fingers before you turn pages? Are you a finger licker?
Before I turn pages, I'm a finger dude. I was KFC when I came out of the womb. I've been licking fingers all my life. Mine, others. Worst thing about COVID is you can't lick a stranger's finger anymore unless they're begging for it.
It's finger licking good dog. Finger licking good dog.
Well, yeah, that was one of 3 songs written for Cilla Black. That was a friend of the Beatles. She signed with Brian Epstein. Do you say Epstein or Epstein? I always, Epstein is the what are they called? The sweat hogs.
Yeah, oh, really? So I get it. All Jews are sweat hogs. We have, many of us have glandular issues. We came from Russia. Like a lot of the people who donated to Trump. Yeah, I say Epstein. I say Epstein. You say it's Epstein. I say it's Oystein, Epstein, Goldberg, Sheepstein, sheepskin. Let's have sex through a sheet.
Yeah, Billy J. Kramer style.
Tony, have I made this clear? I've got a wife.
Give me love and remember what I told you. I'll keep you satisfied.
Cilla Black, birth name Priscilla White. And so that's funny, right? They did a little thing there. But yeah, she later hosted a...
Well, that's where Three Dog Night came up with their beautiful song. The ink is black, but Cilla's white. Remember that one?
Don't know that one. Three Dog Night. Those guys are weird.
Well, I mean, they talk about a handicap. Their keyboard player, Jeremiah, was a bullfrog. I mean,
they were the first truly inclusive band.
That song, you remember when when the Big Chill soundtrack came out, there were certain oldies that were huge hits again, and Joy to the World was like a weird hit in 87 all over again. I remember the hell Big Chill came out in 84.
Yeah, same with like songs off Stand By Me. Stand By Me became a hit again. Benny King was like on the Letterman show in 86. What's the other one? Dirty Dancing had some oldies back in the charts.
Yeah, the Otis Redding, I think Love Man might have been back in the charts, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. When the boomers going through their midlife crisis get their hits on the radio again.
And then in their older age, they decided to destroy the country. Thanks, boomers.
Yeah, so John and Paul gave her 3 songs. Love of the Love, which came out in 63.
And as I look, I see the love of the love.
It's For You, and then later in 68, Step Inside Love.
Step inside love and see, step inside love.
Which was the theme song for her TV series called Cilla. Yeah. And that was produced by Chris Thomas, who was the engineer on the White Album.
Yeah, and I think Chris Thomas went on. He might have produced Back to the Egg. I know he worked with Paul for a long time. He might have been part of that record. Or I've made up a Wings fact.
You never know. Well, that's a cool pick. Let's talk about Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas.
Do we have to? Do we have to? Do we have to?
Do you have to let it linger?
I'm counting 5, actually technically 6 songs recorded by Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, written by Lennon and McCartney. They include I'll Be On My Way.
As the June light turns to moonlight, I'll be on my way.
Which the Beatles did record on the BBC. I Call Your Name.
I never weep at night. Oh, I call your name.
Was actually recorded by them first. That was the B-side of Bad to Me, again.
But it wasn't written for them, right?
I don't know if it was written for them, but they were the first. It was recorded and released before the Beatles did it. So they gave it to them to record.
You know, that I forgot if we talked about this in the covers episode or not, but Chicago band, the Buckinghams, do a great cover of I Call Your Name that's been lost through the mists of time.
Don't you know I can't sleep at night, but just the same, I'll never weep at night.
Is that right?
But that's kind of a cool Chicago. And the Buckinghams are produced by, is it Bob Gaudio?
Nope, it's not. Bob Gaudio played keyboards and sang behind Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. TJ meant to refer to producer and DePaul University alumnus James Guercio, also not to be confused with Elvis's orchestra conductor, Joe Guercio. Anyway, back to TJ and James Guercio,
who kind of got that thick Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears horn sound.
Yeah.
Worked with those early Buckinghams. Are for the last 30 years, if you see the Buckinghams, it features 0 original Buckinghams. It's like that one guy's cousin, some guy who just got up his shift at Jewel.
Yeah.
You know, like which is all great, but it's not the original Buckinghams.
It's county fair syndrome. Yeah.
Like, sweetie, I want to see the Buckinghams, but I think they have CFS.
Yeah. I mean, same thing. It's the Gallagherization of rock and roll, where you just get people's brothers to do it. And well, did you ever hear that story about ZZ Top? You know, R.I.P. Dusty Hill, but they started off as a Zombies, like illegitimate version of the touring Zombies after the Zombies broke up, and then had a hit with Time of the Season. There was some American entrepreneur who was like, oh, let's just get some guys to pretend to be the Zombies and tour off this single. And that was ZZ Top.
So they were the Zombies.
Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried.
Getting back to Billy J. Kramer and the Dakota, they also did I'll Keep You Satisfied.
Give me love and remember what I told you. I'll keep you satisfied.
From a Window.
So, meet me tonight, just where the light shines from a window.
And then they also did record I'm in Love.
Yes, I'm telling all my friends, I'm in love.
Now, out of those 6 songs, do you have a favorite on your list?
Here's what's so tricky is 2 of the songs you mentioned, as we talked about on this show a couple times, are among my favorite Beatles never fleshed out compositions from the early years. I'll Be On My Way and Bad to Me are ones I've loved since I discovered those on bootlegs, thanks to the ultra rare tracks and not for sale CDs from the mid 80s, late 80s. So,
yeah,
I don't love Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas' energy as a band, and I don't love his voice. I feel like the songs they cover of John and Paul's never cook. They just kind of lay there.
Interesting. Because I saw them perform on that Tammy show. Did you ever see that? 1964 teen American music, whatever, international, whatever it was. And that's where the famous, the Stones had to follow James Brown and all that.
Those bad-looking guys with the moppy long hair, the Rolling Stones from Liverpool, gotta be there. Jerry and the Pacemakers, Billy J. too, they're all gonna be there to sing for you.
It's a great show. I highly recommend it. Terry Garr is one of the dancers in the background, and it's hosted by Jan and Dean. Anyway, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas get a set in there, and their drummer is really fun and cooking, and that's the Dakotas, who were actually a Manchester group. They were signed to Parlophone, and George Martin basically produced all their work. They have a cool song called The Cruel Sea, which the Ventures later covered, and one of my favorite Ventures tunes as well.
My notes for every song say, not a fan of Billy J. Kramer or the Dakotas. The one that I really like, if I have to choose one, it would be From a Window.
Oh, I would be glad just to have a love like that. Oh, I would be true, and I'd live my life for you. So, meet me tonight, just where the light shines from a window. And as I take your hand, say that you'll be mine tonight.
which sounds a little like Please Please Me's Weak Cousin. There's an interesting chord change, a little bit like Please Please Me.
Yes.
Say That You'll Be Mine Tonight before they end it. It's kind of that same feel where they're playing with chord progressions.
Yeah, it like goes up a half a step or something like that. I really like that.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's one of those type of endings. Yeah, is there a Beatles version of From a Window that you've ever heard? I scoured my collection, couldn't find it. Have you ever heard a demo of the Beatles doing From a Window?
No. But I do know that John and Paul were at the session for that song, and that's Paul harmonizing at the end there on the final word.
Be mine tonight.
So Paul gets the last word.
Next, Rick Rubin breaks down the Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas episode with bare feet. Great, part 9.
They did a bunch of them. My favorite is actually their version of I'm in Love.
Yes, I'm feeling on top of the world. I'm in love with a wonderful girl. I've never felt so good before. Everybody says love, give me mama. Every night I can't sleep, thinking of you. And every little thing that you do. Yes, I'm telling all my friends. I'm in love, I'm in love. Yes, I'm telling all my friends, I'm in love.
Which was given ultimately to the Fourmost, another friend of the Beatles.
Yes, I'm telling all my friends, I'm in love.
Well, I've always loved this song. As you know, I'm in Love. I have covered it. We've already addressed that in previous episodes. But yeah, that piano demo that Lennon does, I love on its own as this groovy, whatever, guided by voices demo.
Every night I can sleep, thinking of you. And every little thing that you do. And I'm telling all my friends, I'm in love.
But I love hearing it with the full band. So actually, I love the Fourmost version.
Me too. I do love that version too.
Yeah. They were from the Dingle. And they also incorporated a lot of elements of comedy in their act. So I like their version of the song. But what's cool, like if you get to hear the Billy J. Kramer version, Lennon is there coaching him through it. And you actually hear him and George Martin chiming in during the recording of that. So that is something that's really special if you can seek that out.
I've never heard that. And I know George Martin produced the Fourmost version as well. This is a great reading of that song. I'd never heard that Lennon piano demo until the bootleg sessions from 63 came out.
Me too. I didn't even know that song.
Yeah, I'd never heard it at all. And how weird to hear an early piano demo. And it was like one of the ending tracks, I think, just after Bad to Me.
Yeah.
Just kind of shoved out for copyright purposes in 2013 because the whole 50-year rule in England where the songs slip into public domain. That's why they released that, or that's why EMI did. But what I love about this, I love the use of soft and loud. Like the Fourmost version kind of goes real pianissimo, and then it kind of picks back up in these unexpected places. The other thing that's cool is, unlike the John piano demo, the Fourmost version ends on a minor key, and it's really gripping to hear it.
Yeah.
Because you've got this kind of poppy song, and it ends in this kind of on this dark minor that feels like a very Beatley choice to give you a surprise chord at the end.
Yes, I'm telling all my friends, I'm in love.
Yeah, the Fourmost version of I'm in Love is on my honorary mention list.
Nice. Yeah, the other song they gave the Fourmost was Hello, Little Girl, which is one of the first Lennon and McCartney songs written back in 1957.
When I see you every day, I say, hello, little girl.
It's in the Decca auditions.
Yes, it is. Yes. And it was inspired by the 1939 song called Scatterbrain.
That classic that the Tin Man later sang in Wizard of Oz. I'd content the fucking flowers and go there for hours, and maybe I'd complain. If you play my version of this, The Dark Side of the Moon, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you know what drives me crazy is the 50s singing at the top of this. The person warbling in the 50s voice at the beginning of the song drives me cuckoo.
Hello, little girl.
They also gave a song to a guy named Tommy Quickly, Tip of My Tongue, backed by the Remo 4. It did not chart.
Oh, words just stay on the tip of my tongue. When the skies are not so blue, there's nothing left for me to do. Just think of something new to say to you. Oh, words just stay on the tip of my tongue. People say I'm lonely, only you know that it's not true. You know I'm waiting for a chance to prove my love to you.
Yeah, what do you think of some of these lesser ones, like Tip of My Tongue? Any thoughts?
Yeah, this is one that is probably one of the worst songs they ever composed. I think, is this primarily, Paul? This song's not good. This is a tosser. And there's very few Beatle tossers. This one's a tosser. 0 fabs.
I agree. Curiously, Tommy Quickly was offered no reply after this one, but he chose not to do it. And then, this poor guy, he suffered kind of a mental breakdown. He had a string of just these flops, and he ended up kind of checking himself in to the Woolton Hospital in Liverpool. Another tosser. Let's call these tossers.
Tulsa.
That's fun. 1 and 1 is 2. This might be perhaps like the worst Lennon McCartney song. That's what's nice about these. Like, you can say like, oh, Revolution 9 or whatever you want, but it might be this. 1 and 1 is 2. Rejected by Billy J. Kramer, and was also rejected by the Fourmost. It ended up getting done by The Strangers with Mike Shannon, which is a group from either Birmingham, UK, or South Africa. No one seems to know.
The age-old rock question, where the hell are the Strangers from?
1 and 1 is 2. What am I to do now that I'm in love with you? I'm hoping every day I'm gonna hear you say you really make my wish come true. Can't you feel when I'm holding you near? Oh, yeah. All the things I do.
Regardless, it's selling on eBay for $150, or you can go on Discogs and get it for about $28.
No, thank you. Don't need it. You don't like the demo of this? I love Paul's little demo on guitar. I think it's wonderful.
1 and 1 is 2. What am I to do now that I'm in love with you? I'm hoping every day I'm gonna hear you say you really make my wish come true.
Yeah, it's cool and it's cute. I actually much prefer the demo he gave to Peter and Gordon for that number 1, A World Without Love.
Please lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what you say, I won't stay in a world without love.
That's probably the next one I was going to get into. Of all the songs they gave away, I think that was, if not the biggest hit. I know it was number 1, but World Without Love is one you would hear played on oldie stations in the 80s. And we were listening to Magic 104 and Oldies 104.3. I didn't know it was written by John and Paul. I just thought it was a great oldie. And
yeah, me too.
This is on my list. This is one I will not tire of. It's sung really well. And I love that John and Paul always laughed at the phrase, please lock me away, is one that made them laugh even when they wrote it. They were like, we could never sing this. It's such a terrible and dark line that you weren't hearing in a lot of early 60s tunes. This is a beautiful song.
So I wait, and in a while I will see my true love smile. She may come, I know not when. When she does, I'll know. So baby, until then, lock me away, and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love.
Yeah, I think one of the jokes they would do is like, please lock me away. And John would say, yes, okay, end of song.
It also borrows the organ sound from Mr. Moonlight in the bridge.
Oh, I love
it's
it.
got
I
that
have that
going
down.
on.
Mr. Moonlight.
I love that organ solo. Yeah, this is a great song. And that's why it was a #1 in the US and the UK. It was a million seller. And it was their first single? I don't know. I have that written down. And that's Vic Flick on the guitar. He's the guy that did the James Bond theme.
Yes.
Famous James Bond lick.
There's another couple interesting things about this. I think Peter Asher owns the demo of this song. It's not been on any Beatles record or compilation, but Peter Asher owns the demo to this that exists somewhere. And where are you with Todd Rundgren?
Well, we're not on speaking terms right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, because you were the original Utopia drummer, and Utopia has a great album that my friend and maybe our friend Julie Nichols, a longtime music director in Chicago,
I know Julie, yeah.
when we were kind of bonding and talked Beatles, she's a huge Rundgren head. I don't know if that's a thing. But yeah, Julie turned me on to this album called Deface the Music that Utopia made in, I think, 1980. I don't care if I get buzzed. I don't need to be a Rundgren expert. But it's two sides of songs in like Beatle pastiches. It's almost like a Ruddles album, Tony. We'll have to get to this at some point because it starts early and then it ends with kind of later pastiche stuff. At any rate, Utopia's song Where Does the World Go to Hide, like their early Beatles ballad, sounds directly influenced by World Without Love.
That's cool.
Both in arrangement and in the way it's played. So that's one that's definitely worth checking out.
Said the song to the people, now who is to blame? But like scared little children, they all ran away. But where can the world go to hide? Tell me, where can the world go to hide?
The only thing Rundgren does differently is he ends on a major 7, whereas the song doesn't. But yeah, I love this tune. And this is one of the few, and we should say this, for as many hits as they wrote for themselves and as many songs they wrote for other people, the Beatles were not hit makers for other artists. They did not give artists #1 song after #1 song.
No. Some of these didn't work out. Yeah, clearly. And other songs they wrote for Peter and Gordon include Nobody I Know.
Nobody I know could love me more than you.
I Don't Want to See You Again.
I don't want to see you again.
And then Woman, which I believe is Gordon's favorite Peter and Gordon song.
And it's my #2, Tony.
Is that right? I like this one.
Woman, do you love me? Woman, if you need me, then believe me, I need you to be my woman. And should you ask me how I'm doing, what shall I say? Things are okay, well I know that they're not, and I still may have lost. Woman, do you love me? Woman, if you need me, then believe me, I need you to be my woman.
Oh my God. What do you like about this one?
Well, I like it's a ballad with those like psycho strings in there.
Yeah.
And it's that Baroque thing. It's that left bank thing that I can sometimes enjoy. It's very luxurious music.
Now, when you say left bank, do you mean Walk Away Renee, or do you mean London Town's Cafe on the left bank? Go, 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 go. Uh-oh. Paul's high with a synthesizer on a boat in London. Somebody... Go, 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 go. I love this song. I love the strings to open it. I knew you'd like this song, Tony, because the opening, the vocal delivery and arrangement sounds like a mid-late 60s Neil Diamond song to me.
Yeah, man. Uh-huh. Speaking my language.
Yeah. So this is a favorite of mine. Let's get into this for a second, because every Beatle had a song with the word woman in it. All four solo Beatles. Obviously, John Lennon had two.
Woman, I can hardly express my mixed emotions at my thoughtlessness.
One we're not going to say the full title of here.
Right.
George had one that opened 33 and a third. I'm pretty damn, because it's kind of that Willie Weeks, boom, 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 that bass line. It's Woman, Don't You Cry for Me.
I got a long way to go, baby, woman, don't you cry.
Nice.
Right, because Love Comes to Everyone is George Harrison. I'm getting my George Harrison facts right here. And of course, Ringo wrote your favorite, arguably the worst song on the self-titled Ringo album, a great album, Devil Woman. Where he invokes sexy Sadie. He has the line, "The only way I'll get you is to get you in bed." Worst song on the album. And guess who co-wrote Devil Woman with Ringo? Future bad boy producer Vinnie Poncia. It all comes hand in Ringo's tiny hand.
What are some Paul Woman songs?
Well, this one.
Woman, do you love me?
Although he called himself Bernard Webb for this.
You're right. Yeah, he called himself Bernard Webb.
Which is, for those who don't know the story, he wanted to see if he could write a hit without the name McCartney attached. But then I read, and I just learned this doing homework, I read that Peter and Gordon were on some show 2 weeks later and were like, this one's by Paul McCartney.
Right. Yeah. Please buy our records.
Right, please buy this. I don't like to put words in your mouth, but I do it 7, 8, 9 times 10s an episode. Your favorite woman song is the Gary Puckett and the Union Gap.
Yeah, that's my speed. You know what? It's going to come around again. Singing songs to underage girls is going to come back again.
And while vaguely threatening them, have you got cheating on your mind?
As long as you belt it, it's okay.
What could be creepier than all right, check out this classic from 66. Young girl, get out of my mind. My therapist is on vacation. Gary Puckett, what do you think? But one more little trivia about this. I believe this song in the States was released on EMI and in England on Columbia. So I call this, and the music business calls this one, Tony, a reverse coming up.
That doesn't. In college, that meant something else. Man. The Applejacks were given a song. They were a fun group. They had a female bassist. That was, new for its time.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But Like Dreamers Do was bestowed upon them.
I saw a girl in my dreams, and so it seems that I will love her. Oh, you are that girl in my dreams, and so it seems that I will love you. And I waiting for your kiss, waiting for the bliss, like dreamers do. And I
So the Applejacks got it after it was turned down by the Pop-Tarts and the Dig-'em Smacks. Thank you.
Give me a smack, and I'll smack you back. Come on, sugar smack.
You will dig 'em.
Now, you'll love this one. You'll love this thing, TJ. It was produced by your favorite, Mike Leander of Decca. He was the guy who scored She's Leaving Home.
Yeah. Great. Oh, gee, we get this great song. George Martin can't be here for 10 minutes. Let's have some other schmuck do the strings.
Schmuck.
And this guy, I mean, who's the Beatles song starts with that weird dissonant. When the Beatles cover this for Decca,
yeah,
it starts and ends with the dissonant chord buildup. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
This motherfucker starts with.
Shana Na is about to make it big, man.
Piano. And I love jaunty piano, but keep it out of this one. Keep it out of my Beatles. Yeah, and I miss one thing that's interesting comparing this to the Decca version, Tony. That dissonant chord buildup at the beginning is such a cool choice, especially for at 62 when they recorded it for Decca. It kind of bums me out that this one didn't have the balls to open with it. It closes with the dissonant chords, but the Applejacks version does not open with it, and that's kind of a bummer.
Like dreamers do.
It ends, it has kind of it sounds like Telstar on the ending, that Tornado song.
Yeah.
Which I believe Queen Elizabeth thought the Beatles did when she was trying to it was Thatcher. I think when Margaret Thatcher was trying to remember her favorite Beatles songs or something, she mentioned Telstar.
All right. God bless her for trying.
Oh, Dotty Maggie T, they have taken heart away, and you'll never, ever realize anymore.
Well, we've all heard That Means a Lot, because that was on Anthology 2, finally. We know that Beatles worked this song to death trying to make it a hit. I still have never quite liked this song. What do you think of the PJ Proby version that was eventually released as a single?
A top 3 favorite of mine. Oh my God, I love this. And I have a real problem with the one rejected from Help.
Is that right?
Yeah. The demo, John and Paul both said they couldn't get it right. There's some quote that said that they could tell that the song just wasn't written for them to sing. But PJ Proby had some hits, I think predominantly in England, with a few songs from West Side Story, Maria and Somewhere, which is, Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim, two of the great songs in the canon of musical theater. And this gets a full dramatic musical theater treatment here. There's vibes and timpani at the beginning. It's got like a Petula Clark mid-60s feel to it. I love the horn charts. It gets dark. I thought you'd dig it. Feels like a 60s black and white TV drama, like a bit of a darker edge Burt Bacharach tune.
A friend says that your love won't mean a lot, and you knew that your love is all you got. At times things are so fine, and at times they're not. But when she says she loves you, that means a lot. A friend says that a love is never true, and you knew that this could apply to you. A touch can mean so much when it's all you've got, but when she says she loves you, that means a lot. Love can be deep inside. Love can be suicide. Can't you see? You can't hide what you feel when it's real. A friend says that your love won't mean a lot.
George Martin conducts this. He didn't produce it.
Right. Ron Richards produced it, and he discovered the Hollies. That was his claim to fame.
I did not know that.
And he was assistant to George Martin on the Beatles' first session, like in June of '62 with Pete Best. He was the assistant on that session.
And okay, that is amazing to know. Did you hear something else amazing? What happened to PJ Proby's UK career? Thanks to the good folks at Wikipedia who never lie, I learned, quote, Proby's UK career lost momentum after controversial live concert appearances, including 2 trouser-splitting incidents at shows in Croydon and Luton.
Yeah.
I am Croydon. I am Luton. My favorite auxiliary characters from Lost in Space.
Yeah, I was going to say Lost in Space, yeah. Dr. Zachary Smith shooed them out of the room.
You bubble-headed booby. I was on the point of landing on the Isle of Capri. Now I'll never get there.
And I also learned he sang a song on an album where the backing band was Led Zeppelin, a.k.a. the New Yardbirds.
Oh,
so
wow.
somewhere there exists a tune with Page and Plant and ostensibly Bonham.
And Proby.
And if you like Alison Krauss and Robert Plant, you'll love PJ Proby and John Bonham. Yeah, but I love this one because this to me feels like a song that could be from a 60s musical or TV show. It's written really well. Just hearing Paul sing it and the band try to find the sweet spot. This is maybe, I take back what I said at the beginning. Take that back. Ding. Short form improv. This is one that I believe is way better than the Beatle demo of this. I love this one.
How about that? Yeah. Well, his given name is James Smith, PJ Proby. He was from Houston, Texas. And it was his friend Sharon who had a boyfriend named PJ Proby, and she suggested he use her boyfriend's name.
My boyfriend's name, and I'm gonna get in trouble. That's what
That's so bizarre. That's so bizarre. I need a stage name. Well, my boyfriend's name is this.
I'll take it.
That's so weird to me.
Does he please you like Billy J?
Cartwheels in a sheet. The Billy J. Kramer memoir. Salacious. Scandalous.
Yeah, so I love the song. It's a top 3 favorite on this album.
I'll tell you one of my favorites. We've talked about this song before. It originally came from a song called Cat's Walk, which was something that they would perform at the Cavern Club. In fact, you can hear a rehearsal of it from 1962. It's the Chris Barber Band's version of a song that became known as Cat Call. I've loved this song since I first heard it. Paul is on the recording. You can actually hear him saying, like, play it slower.
Please play it slower. Slower.
Yeah, so Chris Barber, he was a friend of Paul's. He's a trad jazz trombone player, and he's helped start the skiffle craze with Lonnie Donegan. So in a way, without Chris Barber, we wouldn't have the skiffle craze, which, you know, wouldn't mean, who knows what the Quarrymen would be playing? Who knows what music would be without Chris Barber? So I just thought it's cool that Paul kept in touch with him. You know, it was recorded in July of '67, so after Sgt. Pepper.
It's late.
Yeah. So it's cool. Yeah, it's a personal favorite of mine. I love the weird key changes that happen in there. I love the haunting backing vocals, the organ. There's that extra measure or whatever, that extra beat, I should say.
Yeah.
That they do that goes into the key change bit. So the construction of this song, I love it, and the execution of this song, I love it. Remains a favorite.
This is one, not on my list, but it's one I've known for a long time from the Beatles version from that NEMS bootleg CD, Not For Sale, which was one of the first bootleg CDs I ever had. And it's the second or third track on that. And I just remember, I think of middle school me playing this, because when you get a Beatle bootleg, Tony, on CD, you didn't skip track to track. You listened the whole way through and treated it like an album. So I would always catch the song. I think the cover's cute. It sounds like George Harrison was influenced by this. He wrote a song for the movie Shanghai Surprise, which he was also briefly in, and I think Handmade Films produced and lost a ton of money on. Yeah. A song called Zigzag. Zigzag. And that song feels very tied to this, kind of a nightclub, trad jazz, showcasey thing with some weird twists and turns. And when McCartney yells, "Please play slower," they ripped this off from Barry Manilow's hit Daybreak.
Really?
Clearly that moment is, and granted, Daybreak came out 10 years later, so stick with me here.
Okay.
But there's a moment in the Barry Manilow song Daybreak where he fakes like somebody yelled one more time, so we're going to do it again.
Somebody yell one more time. You may as well go all the way.
Like one of those kind of fake, it's like McCartney and Unplugged going, "This is so informal, we'll start it again," when he keeps messing We Can Work It Out.
Yes.
He keeps messing it up on purpose.
There's a theater involved, but I buy this. You know, we know that they didn't really record it at some strip club or whatever, a burlesque house or whatever, but they're creating that vibe, and I buy the vibe. I dig it.
Do you know that Burlesque House was the British title for Animal House when they made a TV series out of it on BBC 4?
Are you serious?
No, but it sounded right. Thanks to TV Guide, I know that the original British Three's Company was called Man About the House, and the original British Ropers was called George and Mildred.
Crazy. British Ropers. Yeah, what is it they call a rodeo in the UK? Do they have the rodeo? Do they have Whiplash, the cowboy monkey, in the UK?
It's Whippers, the cheesy monkey.
Yeah, the cheeky monkey.
The cheeky monkey. Hello, Whippers.
The most famous entertainer ever to wear a cowboy hat. This is Whiplash, the cowboy monkey.
So, Tony, this is a favorite of mine that is one I really began to appreciate when I was doing homework for the show. I always thought it was a nice song, but it just never kind of fit the Beatle thing to me. And the story's great, too. It's a little weird song Paul wrote in Portugal called Penina.
Oh, this is on my list, too.
So lovely. Oh, my goodness. I can listen. Now, so there's a couple different versions of this. The one that I heard on the songs Lennon and McCartney gave away is by an artist named Carlos Mendez, I think. And this one, it's got a beautiful little haunting melody. Another great little piano thing. There's a moment on here that sounds like he's playing either wrong notes or jazz, like Rick Rubin and Paul McCartney might have said.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that written down, too. There's a meandering piano that sounds a little wrong. Those are my words in the notes.
Yeah.
I love the song. Yeah, the story behind this is that Paul and Linda Eastman and Hunter Davies were in the Algarve region of Portugal. I think I'm saying that right. December 1968. And yeah, they end up just trying to go and exchange their pounds for escudos, which were called shields. And they end up like, oh, what's this band playing at the bar? They end up getting loaded at the bar, and Paul starts jamming with these guys. And they come up with this song, and he offers it to them. And yeah, I love it. Penina. Jata Here, or Hota Ere. I'm not sure how to say it.
Jetta Air. That's how you say it in Chicago.
Who had the bratwurst?
I had the bratwurst.
All right, bratwurst.
I had the Polish sausage.
What could I say? I love this song. There's like a 60s romantic, almost like a Serge Gainsbourg quality to it that I like. It's very repetitive. There's a hypnotic quality to it. And yeah, I don't think it's considered important, but nevertheless, I like this song. I feel like I could hum it all day. Hi. One sec.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
I put the plastic on the floor. It's working in your bathroom and the kitchen, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
One night, liquid drinking music, love had come to my heart. Beat, beat drums, take me home, help me, friend, free my soul. Bonita, 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 one night.
Another thing, Tony, this is one, I mean, I don't know how many bootlegs of this you have, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of this in the deluxe soundtrack for the new Peter Jackson deal. But the River Rhine tapes, where they are recording so much of the material for, the Let It Be sessions, Paul does a snippet of this. That's how I first knew this thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it sounds a little similar, but not. And it's interesting kind of hearing Paul work through this. It's one of those songs he went back and revisited then during the Let It Be jamming.
Been to Albufeira, I had a few drinks there. And now I'm on my way home. I really don't care. La Penina, La Penina, La Penina, hotel. At La Penina, La Penina, hotel. Well, it's been a long road.
What does this mean, Tony? You're a man of the world. What does drinking liquids, drinking music mean? Why is he drinking music? Is he okay?
Well, I guess the music can be intoxicating, right? Yeah, well, see, that's what you get for listening to Manilow, man.
It's the most original soft drink ever in the whole wide world. Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
Well, we heard the demo version of this song on the White Album reissue a couple years back. It would be the Mary Hopkins song, Goodbye.
What a great song.
I like this song, yeah. So Mary Hopkins, yeah, she came from a Welsh-speaking family, and it was Twiggy who saw her on Opportunity Knocks and recommended her to Paul. I always thought she was like a Liverpool girl that, that those guys knew from way back, but no, she's a Twiggy gets the finder's fee on that one.
Who is Twiggy? Twiggy's not the kind of runner-up to Garfield, right?
Yeah, she had a Saturday morning cartoon program, and she taught you left and right and the alphabet. No, she was that model that was like twig thin, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Bowie sang about her on the album Twiggy Stardust.
Yeah.
And then Fish sang about David Bowie. We could go all day. David Bowie. Multiply by 10 minutes. David Bowie.
We could.
David Bowie. David Bowie.
It should be noted that Goodbye did get to number 1 in the Netherlands and Ireland, and Paul plays the bass, the acoustic guitar, drums, and he plays his lap as well.
Dude, I would play Billy J. Kramer in the Dakotas laps. I mean, listen, I'm no babysitter, but if I was, I'm not sure what that means.
You're a lap slapper.
Hey, you guys into lap slapping?
Slap, slap, lickety lap. Slap, slap, lickety lap.
Give it to me right now.
So I love this one, and this one I think it's an anthology. Is it an anthology where you see the footage of Paul working with Mary Hopkin in the studio or listening to the playback, kind of clapping along to it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's another one I've known forever. It's good to see it officially released when they finally put the White Album archive edition or deluxe edition out, because it's a great Paul song. Do you like the Paul version better or the Mary Hopkin beautiful version of this? Hint, hint.
Please don't wake me up too late. Tomorrow comes and I will not be late. Late today when it becomes tomorrow, I will leave and go away. Goodbye, 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 my love, goodbye.
Songs that lingered on my lips excite me now and linger on my mind. Leave your flowers at my door, I leave them for the one who waits behind. Goodbye, 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 my love, goodbye.
I like the Paul version.
Me too. But I'll tell you, the one Mary Hopkin thing, I love her cover of Those Were the Days, my friend. It's like a haunting. That's one of the songs that make you feel nostalgic, even if you have no idea why.
Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. La 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 la
Well, another one that we heard on the White Album was Come and Get It, written by Paul and given to the Ivies, which later became Badfinger. You know, the first version I ever heard of this song was the Paul version on the radio. They played it on one of those Beatles weekends in the summer of 89, I guess.
Okay.
What do you think of this song?
Well, the only version I know is by the Hollywood Vampires, because I like my rock with actors.
Did they cover this? I don't even know.
They covered it with Paul singing lead on it and did like a hard rock take on it. And it's like right
Who's in that? Who's in that group?
Alice Cooper,
okay,
Johnny Depp, and who? Can we Google it real quick?
Oh, yeah. Were they the Hollywood Vampires?
Hollywood Vampires. I think it's Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, game show announcer Johnny Olsen, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, a.k.a. the Olsen twins, who were too good to do the fucking Full House reunion.
Here it is, come and get it. Ooh, make your mind up fast.
I got Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Joe Perry, how did I leave out the most famous of them all?
And then Tommy Henriksen from the German metal band Warlock.
Now batting, Tommy Hendrickson.
Never heard that guy. I mean, arguably America's greatest band with, a member of Aerosmith and Johnny Depp.
Yeah, they were the band that Dog Star couldn't be. Keanu Reeves' band.
Guys, nice piano.
Yeah, this is one I heard too right around the same time you did, because this is on one of the ultra rare track CDs, like one of the late ones, maybe ultra rare track 6. And I mean, this is great. This is one where, unlike a lot of the other ones we've heard, Tony, the Badfinger version basically does Paul McCartney's demo note for note.
Yeah.
I respect that. It's Paul McCartney, for God's sake. Why not just take what he did and do it?
Well, those were his instructions. He was like, you have to do it this way, and it will be a hit. And it reached number 4 in the UK, number 7 in the US. Yeah, I mean, on the demo version, he's playing everything, and he did it all in under an hour. I mean, yeah, pretty crazy.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Make your mind up fast. If you want it anytime, I can give it. But you better hurry, 'cause it may not last. Did I hear you say that there must be a cat? Will you walk away from a fool and his honey? Sonny, if you want it, here it is. Come and get it. But you better hurry, 'cause it's going fast. You better hurry, 'cause it's going fast.
First recording under the name Badfinger, and it was written by Paul for the movie The Magic Christian with Peter Sellers and Ringo.
That's right.
Did you ever see that one?
I've never seen it. I can see the Badfinger album cover with the blue and the title on it, but I've never seen the movie.
I saw it a long time ago once. I have to rewatch it. I remember very little from it.
I have it on the best of authority that Ringo Starr is the Magic Christian.
Some bird told me that Peter Sellers is the Magic Christian.
I always thought the Magic Christian was Mitt Romney because of his underpants.
No, you're thinking of Billy J. Kramer.
Oh, I'm always thinking of Billy J. Kramer. Dude, I want to be the ferry cross his Mersey. You know what I'm talking about? Not a Beatles song, but one that probably could have been.
Well, then we get to George. That exhausts all my Lennon and McCartney songs they gave away that I know of. Maybe there's some others out there. Feel free to engage with us on our Facebook page. You know, that Jackie Lomax record that was on Apple. I love this record. And
it's a great record.
Yeah.
His only album, I think, or at least certainly his only one on Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Is This What You Want? Which, I don't know, man. That's a rough title. I'm sure a lot of people said no.
It feels like a bad solo Mick Jagger album title.
Yeah, right. It's one of those.
Or like Joe
titles.
Walsh.
Yeah, it's a very Joe Walshy title.
Yeah.
Too many words and dumb. But we like Joe Walsh. But
we do.
Hey, how you doing? This is Joe Walsh. I'm speaking on behalf of Rad. It's okay to rock and roll, right? But don't drive home drunk. If you're drunk, call me up. I have a limo. I'll come and get you.
So Jackie Lomax was in the Mersey Beat scene. He was in a band called The Undertakers. And in 1967, Brian managed his band called the Lomax Alliance. Then he signed to Apple. And yeah, George produced that record. And Sour Milk Sea was one of the tunes demoed at Esher that I don't think ever made it into the recording studio. Not Guilty made it, and the other ones made it, but not this one. So, yeah. So he gave it to Jackie Lomax. I consider this a favorite. I quite like this song.
If you want the most from everything you do, in the shortest time, your dreams come true. In no time at all, makes you more aware. Very simple process. takes you there. Get out of Silent Sea. You don't belong there. Get back to where you should be. Find out what's going on there.
I've always loved George's Escher cover of this, and I love the Jackie Lomax drama that he adds to it. He's got a kind of a very dramatic voice, almost like a poor man's PJ Proby, if you will. If you like Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, you'll love PJ Probe Me.
And PJ Probe Me is Jackie Lomax's real name. It was PJ's girlfriend's name was Jackie Lomax, and that's where he got his name from.
Keep up, Beatle fans. There'll be a quiz later.
No, that last bit was fake trivia, but that's Ringo on drums, Paul on bass, Eric Clapton on guitar, and Nicky Hopkins on piano. This is an all-star lineup on this song.
This is the original Threedles. One could argue Sour Milk Sea is the original Traveling Wilburys.
You could argue that. Yeah. Yeah. And the song is sort of a commercial for transcendental meditation. It feels like this upbeat, like Coca-Cola commercial.
There's a great Stevie Wonder song about transcendental meditation. I'm forgetting the name of it right now. What is the Stevie Wonder song about? He's a transcendental meditation. It's a great tune, and I'm not remembering right now because I'm old.
Stop. Sorry.
Oh, it's Jesus Children of America.
Yeah, hello. The lyrics say, "Hello, Jesus, Jesus children, Jesus loves you, Jesus children."
From Intervisions. Yes, yes. It's a great song.
Hello, Jesus, Jesus children, Jesus loves you, Jesus children. Hello, children, Jesus loves you of America.
Have you ever heard the Beach Boys song called Transcendental Meditation?
Is it on Party?
No, it's either on Friends or 2020. I think it's on 2020. I mean, it makes transcendental meditation sound like a nightmare roller coaster. You gotta hear it.
It also makes me think every Beach Boys album from 71 to 90 was named after a TV show. Friends, 2020. I love the Beach Boys album, Alice.
Yeah. The Jeffersons is a great album by the Beach Boys.
It's a great one. I will tell you one thing. My favorite Beach Boys album is when Mike Love wakes up at the end of St. Elsewhere, but it was just a dream.
Oh, yeah. That's on the album Magnum P.I.
What a great theme song. Haven't heard it in forever.
I love that you could just play that. Of course I do, but I hadn't thought of it in years.
These songs are burned in my brain. It's a little weird.
Clearly, that's crazy.
Yeah. Only child, dude. I had a lot of free time. Why didn't I learn how to masturbate until I was older? All I did was watch TV.
Get out of Silent Milk Sea. You don't belong there. Get back to where you should be. Find out what's going on there.
Honorable mention should go to George's contribution to the Cream song Badge, which he penned under the pseudonym, co-penned under the pseudonym Leangelo Misterioso.
It's so great.
I told you not to wander around in the dark. I told you about the swans that they live in the park. They
It's one of the few songs that Clapton sang. Jack Bruce usually took the vocal duties on that. And the title actually comes from the lyric sheet in which George had written Bridge. But like Clapton was reading it upside down or something and misread it, and it became Badge. So it's not because the chord progression goes B-A-D-G-E. That is a myth.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not the chords you're looking for.
Very nice. McCartney did that with a song that's only on his Cold Cuts bootleg called Cage. And everyone's like, oh, is it C-A-G-E? Are the chords for that one? It's actually one of his great unreleased songs.
Emotional moments, you left in a rage. But if you could love me now, I wouldn't be in a cage. Provisional license, I'm under arrest. But if you could get me out, I'd like to take another test.
And Tony, I need to tell you, I had a similar Badge incident with the lyrics when I was at summer camp in 1988. I was there all 8 weeks. The wonderful Horan camp of the Theater Arts, still in business in Wisconsin. And a kid came second session named Jonah. And we got a hold of the counselor notes. I was 14. And, you know, it said that this kid, Jonah, liked to work behind the screws. So when he came up to this theater camp, we all teased him mercilessly, this new kid, about, hey, I heard you like to work behind the screws. And a counselor pulled me aside one day and said, what are you saying to him? And I'm like, oh, I read your notes. This kid likes to work behind the screws. What kind of kid does that? And the counselor goes, it says behind the scenes. He's into the tech part of theater. And for a week, we made this poor kid feel awful for being the kid who liked to work behind the screws. Behind the screws, behind the screws. Yes, I do work behind the screws. He sang a song about him. He didn't come back to camp. I was mean. I was a mean kid. Had to overcompensate for my little height. And my little white.
Well, those were the songs they gave away during that Beatle period. Yeah. Do you think we missed one?
These are the songs, my friend. This episode will never end. Da-da-da, tomato and a D. That's almost Mrs. Mills for you. Mrs. Mills, you've got a lovely daughter. Lovely daughter, young girl, get out of my mind.
Mrs. Miller. Mrs. Miller.
Mrs. Miller, right. Oops.
We all live in the yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine.
We should get going. I got plumbers in here. We thank you for listening to the Untitled Beatles podcast. Thank you, Casey Baker, for producing this one. Today we had a lot of extra things to deal with. And
we've been fighting with Tony's toilet. And not like, hey, did Tony have a burrito before we started recording? No, he's having new plumbing installed.
I'm going to enjoy the sedative. I'm going to wake up a new man. I'm going to feel like a new man. And if you've ever felt a new man, you know what I mean. That's an old Letterman joke. Hey, if you like us, smoosh that like and subscribe button with your fingers or your toes. That's for Rick Rubin. Hashtag WikiFeet. He does have a wiki feet, by the way. I had to check.
Ultimately, if we can get to the point where the shoes we're making feel like something that's picked off a tree, that would be really beautiful. The reason I started wearing them was based on a book called Born to Run. It talked about the benefits of being barefoot.
PJ, anything you want to say before we bid adieu?
No, I got to run. I just got a hold of some Nivea, and I've got some pictures to Billy J. Kramer. I'm going to keep me satisfied.
I'll keep you satisfied.
Untitled Beatles Podcast. Like and subscribe.
Can I use the bathroom real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is no water.
That's okay.
The water is out.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, I appreciate your patience throughout the day.
Do you want me to sing this in the meantime? Panina, Panina. It's so pretty.
I love that song. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's such a cliche, but he could write gorgeous melodies when he didn't even try.
Yeah, and it's such a simple song, but I really like. Yeah, I think it's one of the best of these.
Kind of rooted in his love for 50s stuff, but the Portuguese kind of feel to it. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's totally
We'll do
cool.
this in our corporate band show, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
With Panina.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, for sure.
Everyone, ooh, they're doing Panina.